food is only the beginning of what you'll find at Johnson's Diner. Find out why this downtown restaurant is, in many ways, the soul of the Orlando community. The folks of Orlando visit Johnson's Diner because they like the food. The homemade, old-fashioned tastes of Americana that are lovingly prepared by the same few people year after year. But Johnson's Diner is so much more than that. It is a true gathering place for the people of Orlando. Johnson's Diner has been owned by the same family since 1983. Today, Clarence Taylor runs the restaurant with his sister, Andrina Daniel, but they're carrying on a legacy begun by their grandmother and mother. The main draw, of course, is the food. And what food! Clarence, Andrina, and kitchen manager Alcanetta Butler, fondly known as Miss Al, prepare most of Johnson's Diner's food, every bit of it from scratch. Miss Al has been in the kitchen for more than a dozen years. None of them cooks by recipe card. They just throw the foods together by feel, with love, as a homemaker would.
We cook with love. Basically, soul food cooking is something like home, like home cooking.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, you're cooking for a quantity of people and you have to add a little more ingredients and everything. But baking is from the heart. It's what you know how to do and what it's love put into food.
What you'll get is crispy fried chicken with mashed potatoes and green beans. Or smothered pork chops, tender and bathed in gravy and onions, perhaps with collard greens and candied jams. Fried whiting, stewed beef, and fried catfish are other favorites. The menu changes daily, so don't set your heart on any one huge and satisfying and inexpensive meal. What are some of the foods that people keep coming back for?
The house specialties here are the stewed beef, which is a beef short rib. It's cubed and it's stewed for about 3 to 4 hours until it is really tender. Smothered pork chops is another favorite of everyone. And a big favorite is also the fried catfish. But our menu changes every day. So you could say everything that we serve is a favorite because some things we only serve on particular days.
You must end your meal with a slice of sweet potato pie or a dish of peach cobbler. If you come on a Wednesday, ask for the banana pudding, which is made from fresh bananas. The crux of Johnson's Diner is community. It's located in a sparkling new building that represents the promise of a bright future for the Parramore neighborhood of downtown Orlando. There and here, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Johnson's Diner appealed to a cross-section of Orlandoans. Tell me about the kinds of customers that you get here at Johnson's Diner.
Our customers are a cross-section of all of Orlando. We see rich, poor, we see black, white, we see a little bit of pretty much everyone, That's one of the greatest things about Johnson's Diner. We really are a community gathering place. At any point in time, you can have a black couple sitting next to a white couple, sitting next to 4 Asians. So, it's kind of interesting in the fact that although we sell soul food and you would think we cater to only one specific segment of the population, everyone finds their way here. It's funny, when we first moved into this location, one of the maintenance guys, he commented, "Man, I see Jaguars in the parking lot. I never saw that before." But I laughed and said, well, you can see a Jaguar and a shopping cart right next to each other. So our customers range from the entire gamut, from the poor to the highly affluent. So, we really are blessed.
Until a couple of years ago, the bustling restaurant was located in a tiny 21-seat space 2 blocks from today's restaurant. That space didn't even have indoor restrooms. Spiffy new digs have not changed the nature of Johnson's Diner as a part of the community. Johnson's Diner is known for being community-minded. Tell us more about that.
We're really community-minded because we're part of the community, and everything that affects someone else also affects us. I like to tell people quite often that many of us, most of us, if not all of us, is one bad day from being homeless ourselves. So there's no reason for us to look down upon anyone. We feed the homeless, we feed anyone who needs to be fed.
After leaving work, Erlene Taylor, Clarence and Andrina's mother, would drive around handing out dollars to the neighborhood's needy. Today, her children offer hire employees from the Coalition for the Homeless, and they're quick to feed anyone who's hungry and shows up at the door. It ain't fancy, it's just good. Plus, you never know who you'll run into at Johnson's Diner. It could be your boss, your client, or your employee. They'll probably have a slice of pie in front of them. I'm Rona Gindin, and we're on the town. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any comments or suggestions, write to us at onthetown@mybrighthouse.com.
To read more about local restaurants from Rona Gindin, subscribe to Orlando Magazine. Visit Orlando Magazine online at www.orlandomagazine.com.